That is a lot of stuff to start moving around.
Oh, this isn't even a tenth of it. This is a very narrow view lens. So I'm gonna switch over to my phone and try to. I'm wedged in between some boxes, so I'm gonna try to get out of here without falling.
We'll watch him move.
All right, we'll call 911.
Yeah,
Yeah.
well, it'll be a while because it's an hour and a half to the
Well,
nearest hospital.
Brian's coming on now.
Okay, all right, there you go. So,
Okay.
like I was saying, who's that?
That's
Okay,
Brian.
okay, somebody else is
Oh,
trying to get into.
Nick,
All right, very good. I'll
Nicholas.
just sit here for a minute.
Hey, Brian. Hey, everybody.
Hey, Brian.
Hey, Brian.
Hello.
Hi, good evening.
Hey, hey,
Hey, Nicholas.
First time.
Nicholas, do I know you? I haven't seen you before, I don't think. Glad to have you.
Yeah, thanks. That's the first time actually I had one of your call. I joined last month, I think, Solarchat
Yeah,
now.
outstanding.
Yeah.
Um,
Whereabouts are you, Nicholas?
I'm French, but I'm based in Belgium at the moment.
Belgium,
Okay, cool.
outstanding. Nicholas, our meetings aren't really all that technical. Usually, they're usually just people who enjoy the same science, talking about subjects or getting together. And our usual moderator, Alexandra Hart, is off visiting friends or something this weekend. So my name is Stephen Ramsden, and I'm the guy that runs the nonprofit, the Charlie Bates Solar Astronomy Project, and the
Okay.
guy that runs the Solarchat forum that's on this computer right in front of me. And I'm broadcasting to everybody today from the inside of our storage building that we just finished a couple weeks ago with all of my junk everywhere, with the intent of switching over to my iPhone here in a minute and walking around and showing you the new solar observing deck if it's not pouring down rain like it has been for the
Yeah.
last 10 days. So, Warren, you want to? Does anybody have a presentation or anything, or
No presentation, but you had mentioned about,
show it
posting
to us,
something
man?
from last month. So I guess if I hit share,
You should be able to,
see
since
if
you're a
this
co-host.
works.
There you go.
So can everybody see that?
Yeah.
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 Yeah,
Ooh.
Okay,
awesome.
so this was on July 22nd, and it was the large prom on the eastern limb. The image has been rotated so that you can see all of it. It was a nice active prom. This is only an hour and 40 minutes.
Okay.
And the one part of that prom, I think it was about 30 minutes after this animation finished, lifted off of the sun.
Hmm.
So it
Awesome.
was a cool active day. The seeing was pretty good. So figured, well, I think you've all seen it before, but thought I'd share that one. If anybody else has got something, would love to see that also.
Warren, just remind us of your kit there. What scope are you using?
Okay, this is with my 60 millimeter. It's
Oh,
double
wow.
stacked. Internal and external are both tilt tunes. I've had it since 2012. It's got that uh, badge of honor now. All the black stuff is now brass colored from being out in the sun so much.
Yeah. And you use auto tracking, don't you, for your animations? Or is it?
Well, the I use AutoStacker and then IMPPG to make most of the processing. Then I move it into Photoshop and I align most of my animations in Photoshop rather than IMPPG as long as there's surface, because if there's any rotation, Photoshop corrects for that. And
Right.
IMPPG, I get some motion with it, so I'll do that. But if it's only proms, I always use IMPPG because Photoshop can't handle a white disk or anything like that. So I use Photoshop for that. Then I typically export the layers into files, and I use a program called GIF Animator Pro because it's got a lot of options for the frame speed and etc. To actually make the animations that I put together.
Right. But when you're actually capturing the images, do you do that manually or use a tracker?
I use fire capture for capture. I have the Hinode guider
Ah, right.
that I
Okay.
use to guide. It's still, even with the Hinode, if I'm not perfectly polar aligned, it drifts. So I'm going back and checking it every 15 to 20 minutes and making tweaks to
Right.
make sure it stays. Like I'll put the crosshairs on a spot usually. And if it starts to drift, I'll move it back, in between takes, which are I take I just capture 500 frames in about 6 seconds, and then I've got a 30-second delay between each capture. So I end up
Yeah.
usually between 160 to 320 frames, depending upon how long the clouds let me image. And I've been running into an issue lately with the heat. As the longer the animation goes, the etalons start going off band. So the
Right.
image starts getting darker, and I'll bring the image back up and move the full disk back in. And I have to retune. So I think I've got to start looking at like every 30 minutes, do an adjustment to keep it tuned, because I mean, it's amazing how much it changes in that, 2 to 3 hours, and going from it. Typically I'm used to the sun getting brighter as the animation goes on because it's getting higher in the sky. Well, this time it's going dark because you can just watch the tuning move to one side, and bring the full disc back and retune it, moves it back over this way.
Hmm.
So if anybody comes up with an automatic tuning situation, that'd be great.
Can you keep the telescope cooler in some way to?
Well, that's what I thought about that, Sean. I know that Marty, who hasn't been on for a while, wraps his scopes all in that reflective stuff.
Oh
I
yeah,
thought
like the
about. I
bubble
think.
wrap like stuff.
Well, it's kind of, it's got a little bubble to it, and it's shiny on one side.
Mhm.
So I've thought about that. I know Peter down in Australia uses that too, but only on his cameras. The camera's not a problem because I've got it. I've got that Player One cooler on it, and it keeps
Mm.
it below 40 C usually. But it's the etalons are just heating up too much, and
Yeah,
even white scope and everything. So
the automatic tuner is called the SHG 700 spectroheliograph.
well, but I like to look too. And the problem I have with going to something like that is I never do the full disk because the files just get too big.
Right.
So I look around the disk and look for what I want to focus on, make an ROI of that so the files are smaller and they're easier to work with. So I never, or very rarely, do a full disk because I mean you're talking what, 2.5, 3 gigabytes per file when you're doing that, and you're doing 300 frames. It just, I don't have that kind of patience.
How long does it take you to do all the processing once you've captured all the 500 frame
Um,
videos?
well, most of the times just waiting, for the programs. I mean,
Right.
because it's all batch, auto stacker, it's batched. And let's say, for instance, I'm doing a 3 hour one today. And once I start it, I'd say auto stacker takes about an hour and a half, 2 hours to stack.
Wow.
And then I bring it into IMPPG, and that's fairly quick. It usually takes to run all the processing maybe 15, 20 minutes. And then I move it into Photoshop to align. That's what takes the most time. That can take 2, 3 hours. Once it
Right.
brings in all the frames into a stack, then it has to align them. So I usually give it a good amount of time to go up and check. After that, I crop it. I may rotate it. Then I'll export those frames, which doesn't take more than about 5 minutes. Then I may do some additional processing where I'll make an action in Photoshop to bring up the proms, maybe do like adjust the shadows and stuff, then export those again. So all told, I mean, the sitting down part probably takes me about an hour. All told, it's probably between 5, 6 hours
Wow.
between processing time and everything else.
Wow.
And then to post them and write stuff about them, and
Sure.
I do this all day long.
Yeah, but we do enjoy them a lot.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
they're
are.
Yeah, great.
They're fantastic.
Oh,
work
thank
of
you.
art.
It's fun. I mean, I just love seeing what I've captured, because half the time I don't know what I've caught because I don't keep an eye on it constantly. Sometimes I'll know something's happening because, like, you'll see a bright bubble or I see a spike or something, or I'll notice that the prom has changed dramatically and I know something's going on. But a lot of times, like those, I posted the 2 eruptions that happened early this month. And I had no clue those happened till I'd gone through the entire process, and I start running and I went, oh, that's cool.
So you'll be on the forefront of the next Carrington event.
So
One question: when you do the tracking, you don't use a tracking feature in fire capture. The guiding feature in fire capture.
I'm sorry, I am hard
The
of
guiding,
hearing.
Lauren, the guiding feature in fire capture, apparently.
Fire capture.
It has a guiding feature.
Oh, I know,
Yes.
and I've not tried any. I mean, once I got the Hinode, I haven't tried. I just hope the Hinode keeps working. But probably if I haven't tried any of the fire capture tracking to see how that would do. I probably should play with
It
it
works. It
and
works well,
see.
actually. I tried on the 5 hours animation, and my polar alignment was not perfect, let's say, but it keep on the target really in your frame.
I may
The
have
only
to try.
thing, it doesn't work with the latest version of Fire Capture. You need the version just before. I don't know why. With the latest one, it doesn't work.
Right.
And has anybody used the the one from PhD?
No, no, yeah, no.
They've done okay.
I tried it a while ago, but didn't persist with it.
Yeah.
It seemed to be okay, but quite often we get so little clear sky to do long animations.
Yeah.
And as soon as a cloud scuds over, it loses it completely. So,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm sure it works okay if you've got
Yeah.
the clear sky to do it.
That's what I like about the Hinode. If the clouds cover it, it will go back. It'll go back to almost exactly where it was. If a
Right.
cloud goes over and it drifts and sun comes back out, it will move everything back there. So I've had some times where I'll find 4 or 5 screens where it's it's pitch black. Where'd it go?
So it's actually when you put the Heno, it's same like when you have a solar quest. It's actually looking for the sun and staying on it.
Yeah, it's
Right.
it's got the 2 sensors, so it tracks on the full disk. That's the only drawback from it is because it tracks on the full disk, and when I'm doing an ROI, of course, I'm moving the disk out of the center, so I can
Yeah.
understand why it may drift a little bit because I've got one edge of the sun there, and it's looking at the full disk, and if that's moving slightly, it's like, okay, wait a minute, I'm trying to bring it back, but
Okay.
it works well
Because
enough.
the feature for guiding in a fire capture work by contrast detection. So
Yeah, because as I understand it, we'll like track on a spot or something like that, as long as you have
yeah,
a sunspot in the area.
not even. You just need an area with a high contrast.
Any high contrast?
Yeah.
Okay.
So basically, you easily find some place. So far, I tried it. I think the longest I did was 6 hours with guiding,
Wow.
and it was good. But yeah, as soon as you have one cloud, you're gone.
Yeah.
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 Exactly.
I've hit 4 hours. I've not gone past that. Usually my seeing goes downhill. So, after
Sa- Same. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, so let me
All
see
right.
if I can screen share.
I'll stop sharing.
I don't know if I can or not.
There you go.
Trying.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah,
Nice.
good.
Is it screen sharing?
Yeah, it's good.
Okay. I
Yep.
didn't press anything.
Oh
So,
yeah, it's just
all right, here we
your
go.
camera. It looks good.
Are you getting a echo?
Nope.
Okay.
No, sounds good.
All right. So supposedly this is going to be our little office area with all my tools and telescope cases, etc. It's a total mess. This is Natalie's legal office that hasn't. It took us forever and about $15,000 to just get the stuff moved down here from Atlanta. And I'm only going to show you this horrible site one time. Yes, that's right.
Colin.
Oh my
I'll
God.
be on that later. And here's the other room with all of our furniture, and air conditioner, etc. So this is a mess, obviously. But when you come out here, oh my God, the sun!
You got a little bit of a blue sky.
I cannot believe it. It has been raining every day since August 1st. We had a snake in the shed the first day it was completed. It was a rat snake, so I just picked it up and threw it out. All right, let me see if I can mute myself. All right, so there's our house way over there. And on the house is the ocean, the saltwater tidal marsh.
Awesome.
And then come back over here. And this is my colossal observation deck.
Wow.
Love it.
I
Nice.
used no plans. I just built what I wanted. Building, by the way, and like I said, that's 16 by 10 meters. With a side that's open that still has, unfortunately, some astronomical equipment. This entire thing was full of mounts and telescopes. And it was supposed to take 2 weeks to get this job done. It took 3 months. So all this stuff has been sitting outside for months. And some of it was ruined. But everything important was salvaged. And I've just got a little bit of stuff to move up to the observatory after about 100 trips already. And I'm old and fat, and 100 trips is unbelievable. Here we go. Why did I build this? Well, because I could only see about 30 degrees of sky
Oh,
from the ground level. And I decided I wanted to see more sky. So I had to make some choices. This is the horizon. I had to give up the northern sky altogether so I could see the southern sky. And this is due south right here. So now
That's your best view.
yeah, there
that's
you
my
go.
best view. And I'm only interested in seeing the sun and whatever might happen to be behind it. So at this altitude, I can see the sun every day of the year.
Is that morning or afternoon or evening?
It's from about 10 a.m. till about 3 p.m.
Okay.
All right. And so before this, I could only see the sun about 6 months out of the year during the summertime. In the winter, it was below the trees from the ground level. Okay. This is how high we are.
Wow.
All
Oh.
right.
And you don't want to fall.
Yeah.
And one of the biggest problems was this monstrosity was just wiggling all over the place. I mean, they don't really know what they're doing down here as far as observatories. So the contractor just built it like a regular deck. And I mean, if you walked on it, the whole thing just wiggled all over the place. So I tried to explain to him about bracing and everything else. And after several tries and a little bit of improvement, I just told him, forget about it. I'd take care of it. And I put some bracing on and some cables and buckle tensioners, and I've got the wiggle out of it. And I hate to show this because it's nowhere near ready, but that's my solar telescopes. The SHG 700 has somehow made it through all this.
There it is.
There you go.
It's covered in salt. This is my little nighttime deal, my AP. And then this is a mess of mounts. So the thinking is all this stuff will stay in here and stay dry. And then when I want to use it, I can bring it out here on this deck, which is it's 12 by 20 feet.
Wow.
Wow.
So give me plenty enough room. And then, of course, it's not covered by the weather. There's no rolling roof or anything. That was just cost prohibitive. So if it's a light rain, it's going to be covered. If it's heavy weather, they're going to have to just be slid back inside over there. And
Looks fun.
what are the dangers here? Well, the dangers are falling off, which will kill you because we are very high. The other danger is whatever animals decide to come up here. Because if there's one thing I've learned about this place is that you are going to be violated by the local animals. If you put your guard down at all, you're going to run into something that can easily kill you. And so I've had to learn, what to do and what not to do. For instance, hey, here's something right here. This may not seem like much to you, and I don't know if I can get a picture of it, but there is a hand-sized spider with a web that's at least 8 feet across, right in the middle here. Now that spider is not going to kill you. That's the golden silk orb weaver, but it does have a hummingbird in the web with it right now.
Oh,
Oh.
no.
I don't know if you can even see that. But anyway, if you get a couple of those on you, you ain't gonna like that day. You're gonna scream like a 6-year-old. And the other thing is that the snakes love to climb these trees and eat the spiders and eat whatever else might be in them. Hogs, rattlesnakes, everything like that comes through here all the time. So you just have to be careful. Like down here with our wood pile that's covered, if you pull that cover off, there's going to be at least one snake under there, maybe several, because that's where snakes go.
Hey,
They like to get under stuff.
what's the name of the place where you are? What's the name of the town?
I live in a town. Well, I don't live in any town, but I live 15 miles north of a shrimping community called Darien, 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 Georgia. And
Okay.
it's a settlement that was settled by the Scottish in 1790s. And it's been a shrimping community. I'm on the edge of the Georgia tidal marsh. So right over there behind the trees, in fact, I'll just walk over there, is a tidal marsh that goes up and down about 10 feet twice a day. Look at these crazy mushrooms. Yeah. So that little shed back in the back, that used to be where all of my astronomical equipment was stored. And that was my only storage building when we moved here. And it's 10 by 12. So that thing was absolutely full. And like I said, these turnbuckles are what the guy added for stability. And he just couldn't understand when I asked him to put an X pattern, two of these on each one, not just one. And also the guy used galvanized steel, which I have no idea why you would use galvanized steel in a saltwater environment, because that's going to last about 4 months.
Yeah.
And then on the next two, he used stainless steel after I complained about it. But he used galvanized wire. This is like 3/8 inch galvanized wire, which is going to rush through immediately. So I'll have to redo those. But by the time we were done with this guy, we were just ready to get him the hell out of here.
Yeah. How far from Savannah are you?
I am 46 miles south of downtown Savannah.
Okay.
Or
That's
an
a
hour and a
great
half
area.
in our boat. You can take our boat and go there if you want.
Yeah,
As long as it's high tide.
yeah. My son went to SCAD there in
Yeah,
Savannah.
I've been there several times. Beautiful place.
Yeah.
We can actually drive our boat to Savannah or Brunswick, Georgia, but you'd have to get out in the ocean, and it takes about an hour and a half to get there.
Yeah.
And if the tide is low, you ain't getting back until the tide goes up.
It's all
I don't know
tidy.
if you're going to lose me or not, but
Oh, that's the
everybody's
house
still.
where you live. Is this the house where you live?
This is the house. It's a very small house. Well, by American standards, it's probably normal by European standards. It's about 1,600 square feet.
It's big
Yeah,
for European
It's
standards.
just you and your wife, right?
Just me and the wife. Yeah, we don't have any kids.
So, how much space do you need in two?
And real quick, it's getting all choppy. I have internet all over the place here with routers everywhere, so you should still be getting a strong signal.
Yep.
Can everybody hear me?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay, good. And Sean, your invite is still open, man.
All right, I'll make it happen soon.
But all right, so this is the marsh, and it's low tide right now. When it's high tide, all of that's underwater except the brown part of the grass.
Hmm.
That's how you tell the elevation of the marsh. If it's green, then it's underwater at high tide, and if it's brown, it's never underwater. And this island, we own everything you can see all the way
Wow.
halfway across. It's a 40-acre lot, so we own everything from about there to about there and back up to the street. And there's a pile of black vultures in the trees. I know this has nothing to do with solar astronomy, but
Hey,
there's the sun.
I'm
This
I'm,
is
I'm a birder too, so you got to have some great birding there.
187 species already in the yard in the
Yeah.
last 2 years. 187 species. In fact, if you like painted buntings,
Oh yeah.
this yard is full of painted buntings right now. This is their habitat. And when I lived in Atlanta, I would have driven 3 hours and had driven 3 or 4 hours to see a painted bunting. Now I can't get rid of them off my feeders. There's so many of them. And again, this isn't bird watching. I mean, solar astronomy,
Wow.
but
There you go.
there's a female painted bunting just flew up to the feeder. We might have 30 painted buntings on these feeders at any given time. And they're the most beautiful birds you've ever seen.
People would pay to come see those, Stephen.
Yeah, they would. There's another 3 or 4 just flew up. Absolute necessity in the marsh. That's
Yeah.
a 25 kilowatt generator. I don't even know how we have internet or power this far out because we were in the middle of nowhere, man. And you
Elon
can't,
Musk.
Elon Musk. Now we don't use any of his services. But anyway, this is just the one little cleared area, and everything for another 1,000 feet that way is hardwood, live oaks, and Spanish moss, and hogs and rattlesnakes.
You get quite a place, Stephen.
Yeah, it's a great deal more work than I thought it was going to be. And I'll tell you, man, I'm going to turn 60 in 2 weeks, and the difference between 3 years ago when I bought this place and now, as far as my physical prowess, is pretty significant. And it's been a humbling experience because there is a lot of work to do at this place all the time.
Just
This
wait.
is our frog pond. Yeah, I know. This is our frog pond, which is all this stuff just grows like crazy. These are American lotus, and there's millions of frogs in here. It's a cool place. So
Yeah, it's kind of like a wildlife preserve.
it is. It really is. And we bought the land. We didn't care what the house looked like. We would have been happy with a mobile home or a trailer. Our entire intention was to buy beautiful wildlife land. And that's what we did. So
You
I
have it.
happened to get a pretty decent house with it. It's pretty nice inside, but it's very small.
Yeah.
Oh,
You get so much outdoor space.
oh yeah. Well, none of this was here 4 months ago. Everything you see in this field of view was built in the last 4 months. And let me tell you,
Wow.
it was a pain in the ass.
Wow.
So we'll go back in.
So when was it that you got all the damage? That with the observatory, the one
Yeah,
from
that was
Australia.
I guess that was in June. And we have hurricanes here all the time. And I haven't had any damage from a hurricane other than one fallen tree. But the summer thunderstorms are sometimes way more violent than the hurricanes, and they only last, for an hour or whatever.
Was
But
was it here you had the observatory, the one from Australia, or somewhere else?
yeah, I had the tent at that time. But what got damaged is because I had 2 of the telescopes set up on the back deck overlooking the marsh, because I have to really choose my spots because I can't see what I want to image unless I moved them over to the west deck so I could see the western sky. And I made the mistake of not anticipating the seriousness of the weather. And my AP, everything I owned basically blew over and was destroyed. The AP scope survived, but everything attached to it broke. I learned my lesson there, and hopefully that's not going to happen again. The observatory deck was built specifically in the lowest wind area of the open space because the trees block most of the wind right there. And I had to also make the observatory deck usable by the wife for other things. It couldn't just be an observatory deck. It had to be also, we could use it to photograph birds in the canopy, or to sit up there and enjoy the evening, so it had to be a multi-use thing. It couldn't be just an observatory. So that's how I ended up with a weird looking shed on a 12-foot high gigantic deck. And
Do
that's
what
my
you
life.
got to do.
I do what you got to do.
Yeah.
So,
right.
so that's the observatory shed, and hopefully it'll start taking photos here anytime. It's just been raining every day since August 1st. We've had torrential rains, and let's see if I can sign out of this somehow.
Congratulations, you got quite a place.
Yeah, it
Yeah,
looks
thanks.
great.
I just hope I can stay healthy enough to use it because, I don't know, man. I've just been falling apart recently. I'm really trying hard though. As far as the nonprofit goes, we're sponsoring a group out of New England right now. That's Claudio Stabile and his family. That's kind of our main effort, and everything, all the costs for the Solarchat forum are coming up for renewal in November. Let me see if I can sign myself off this one. Sorry, guys. And then
There you go.
Just muted on that side.
Can't hear you though.
Yep. Yep. Thought maybe that would did it, but it just moved
You're muted,
panels.
there you
Steve.
go. There you go.
There you go.
This is our nonprofit. Solarchat forum is doing great. It's about $4,500 to renew the 3-year deal on it, which I'm going to do. Unless one of you would like to take it over and run it yourselves, you are more than welcome to. Anybody who would like to own the Solarchat forum, just let me know. We leave it up because it's important to the community, and there is a lot of good information on it, man. It's got 15 years worth of the best solar imagers in the world, and I think it's a pretty good resource for most people. So, who else has anything they would like to talk about?
I want to talk about the SAG 700, which is amazing.
Yes, it is.
It's just awesome. Just
You've been doing a good job with that.
Well, thank you, but it really takes a little while because it really gets you out of your comfort zone, and you need to scan and scan and scan, and then the more you use it, the more you figure it out. But I was out this morning, for instance, and I was able. The amazing thing is that there is really very little processing. So basically, I mean, the way I do it, I actually do a scan, and you run it immediately with JSOLX, and it gives you immediately the results of what you've been doing. Right. So you can actually scan, see the result, then adjust, then scan again, see the results, till you actually get, a good result. This morning I was out, actually, I'll post it later, I was able to catch with just a detached plum, floating out with the spectral heliograph, which I never did before. So you can actually see this piece of plum that flew out.
Frank, it's revolutionized everything about this hobby, in my opinion. And there's nothing on the market that touches it for full disk image. Nothing. No Etalon-based scope is made that even comes close, in my opinion.
I mean, what it does, it really eliminates the Etalon lottery. That when you buy a solar scope, you never know what kind of Etalon you're gonna get. With this, every scan is kind of like uniform,
right? Which
is amazing, and it's very well built.
Very well built. It works on any crappy refractor. It's revolutionized everything, in my opinion. The only downside is no visual. But I've been seeing a lot of guys on their page that are taking using higher focal length scopes and just not getting a full disc. They can't really aim it at any particular feature, but they just scan across the whole sun. And if they get a particular feature, they just crop down to it, and it looks just as good as, it's a 0.4 angstrom resolution. Plus, the whole thing is under $1,000 in the U.S.
Yeah, so I think the value is incredible.
It is.
Incredible value.
It really
very
is.
well built.
It's
In
funny to me
US,
because
nobody.
they're trying to add more into it. Well, we need to stack everything. We need to do 1,000,000 frames and stack them and take 2 hours. And thought, no, you don't need to do anything, man, because it comes out of J Solex beautiful, perfect.
In
You don't have
US,
to do
no.
anything to it,
In
and that's
US,
the
nobody build the same like the spectrophotograph that you are talking about. No, you cannot buy only the optical kit and make yourself one,
yeah. You can
like
if
in
you want to.
France.
You can get the other guy that's making them. What's it called? But why would you? I mean, it's less
This
money to
one.
buy a fully assembled one from. Yeah, you can make that one for yourself if you'd like.
Yeah,
But you know,
actually, in France,
I,
we can. It's cost optically, it's about I would say like $500, and
yeah,
then
okay,
plastic wise, uh, $15 maybe.
right, right. A lot of
So
people aren't
you have
capable of
money.
building that properly, man. You know,
You
um,
yeah,
have
but
this.
I'm struggling actually with it because I have some dust, I think, in my optical
on the
train,
slit. Yeah,
and it's giving no, not on the slit. I think it's somewhere in my optical train, and
yeah,
not inside the Solex, in my refractor, and it's giving me a dark line when I do
Yeah,
the
yeah,
right.
stacking. Yeah,
Well, this SHE 700 comes assembled. You stick it in, focus it, and you're done. Uh,
yeah,
it's, in my opinion,
well,
the best thing out there.
it does take some practicing of the three focuses, so there's not just one for, but I mean, it
yeah.
takes a little while to figure it out, and some people have calls with the mean and all that.
Right.
I was able to figure it out. So,
That's
Yeah, but
what
I
I
always get
get from
tickled by
today.
people that have to, you know, take 100. Why, man? What are you going to get from that? Nothing. Just the one image is beautiful. It's perfect. It's like when I was in
Yeah.
Australia taking solar images. The stacked images looked way worse than the single frames. So,
yeah.
It's
you know,
interesting, but it's fully different than imaging with a quark or with a double stack and a blocking filter. It's it's different, but I'm slowly
yeah,
getting
it is
there.
different.
This is my second session with it, so I'm still
Yeah,
trying
it
to
takes a lot
understand.
longer than that to figure it all out and get it right. But
Yeah,
I love it.
but it's
Where,
interesting
where are you in,
actually.
where are you in France, Nicolas?
Sorry,
Where are you in France? Where are you? Oh,
I'm not in
you're in
France. I'm in Belgium,
Belgium.
Belgium. Yeah. Where in Belgium?
just south of Brussels, actually.
Oh,
Just
okay.
it's my seeing is pretty all right in the morning, but in the afternoon, the problem is the sun is over the roof of my house, so
I
the
see.
seeing is horrible.
Do you also have do you do imaging with telescopes? I mean, with the
Yes,
just regular solar, or you just started
uh,
with solar
I have
frames?
no. I have a quark, and I put a double stack from Lunt on the top of it. I have also two double stack of Lunt with Aluxa blocking filter that
Oh,
I'm
wow.
waiting now. Uh, I image with 120-900 on Equinox, and sometime and I'm building actually the mirror. Is it I don't know in English what's the name in acid to remove the aluminum. I'm building a solar scope actually at the moment.
Ah,
Oh, oh,
Yeah.
let's
wow.
see.
So
Okay, so the very first image out of the box with the ML Astro before I even read anything about the manual.
Yeah.
What was
Is
that?
that a manual?
Uh,
Excellent.
it's actually good.
Very
yeah, I mean
nice.
it's out of focus and everything else, but
Yeah,
that's the
so
first image I took without
Wow.
even reading the manual. I
Just
mean,
smushed it all together and hit the buttons.
and that's how it came out of JSOLEX with zero processing. And
Is
for
that
me, I'm interested in doing outreach. I'm interested in teaching other people about the sun, and I don't care about the latest processing techniques. I mean, that's certainly beautiful, and you know, Simon Tang or somebody on the forum here can make something that's absolutely gorgeous. But you know, teaching people how to process solar images is not what I'm into. I want
No,
people
but
to understand the sun.
JSOLEX is really straightforward. It's really good. It's easy to
I can't even
use.
find a recent scan because I've been doing so much work here. I'm on an old computer. I'm sorry, guys. Oh, there's something. Hold on. What's that look like? No, that's an old Lunt Edelon image. I'm embarrassed to share my old Lunt images now. Hang on.
I put
Does
in the
anybody
chat
want my double
my
stack 100?
image.
You can have it, man. You get it. Uh,
I put in the chat my image, and it's worse than your
yeah.
first image, actually.
No, there's room for both of them in the field, but you know, in my opinion, the SAC 700 is the best thing on the market right now for solar energy.
Yeah. Actually, a lot of people are buying it around here.
Yeah,
So
I mean, it's really taken off, and a lot of the reason is because we sponsored them on our forum.
Mm.
But you know, man, it's sold over I think 500 units already, and the guy gives the best tech support on earth. He'll call you and spend 3 hours with you on a
That's
video
nice.
call. It takes that long to understand his English.
Where is he from?
He's in Vietnam.
Where?
He's in
Vietnam.
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 Yeah,
Okay.
remember,
I
it's
got
French
it.
Polynesia. Is that better for you?
Yeah, and I
French
mean,
Indochina. Yeah.
I used to be based there, so I understand
Yeah.
what you mean.
So he speaks Vinglish. He says Vinglish.
Yeah, it's
English. Yeah.
English-ish.
Yeah. All right. Well, cool, man. I
I've
guess
got
that's
some
about,
images from this past week if you want to.
please show.
Yeah.
They've been on the forum, but in the spirit of the request for this week, just a second. You should have a full disc
Nice.
HL
Yeah.
image there.
Yeah.
I almost didn't make it in here today. I got stung in the backyard at the beehives and this close to anaphylactic shock. So I'm kind of recovering from it. But
I feel your pain.
I hear Stephen talking about all the rain, and I would give a kidney or a left nut to have rain. We have not had any more than 1.5 inches of rain since the 1st of June, and the crops locally here are toast. Anyway, it's the worst in 50 years and longer. But anyway, this past week was surprisingly good seeing. We had smoke from the wildfires in Western Canada drifting down over us through the jet stream. It wasn't low level, like you couldn't smell it, though it was enough at low level to obscure vision a little bit. But the seeing all week had been good. So I've had like 8 or 9 days of continuous imaging. But I didn't keep track of the order, but this was a full disc from probably last weekend. So this was the big active region, 41, 65, and 68, plus this other one going off the disc. But there's a close-up of it through the 8-inch scope with the Antlia ERF and the Daystar quantum filter. So that one came back to me in the spring, and it's rated at 0.38 angstrom, or at least that's what the software, when you check in to control it, says it is. So it's a little tighter than what I sent down to have fixed. But anyhow, that's been working very well. G-band image. Actually, this wasn't G-band. This was a broadband H-alpha filter through the 5-inch refractor. And these are progressing over a few days. This is calcium K through, I think this was through the 6-inch refractor. And I've been spending the week narrowing down which scopes I'm going to discard from the solar lineup. There's another H-alpha, or sorry, calcium K.
They don't show all the details on Zoom. I saw them on the website. They look,
yeah, that's almost enlarged too much on my screen. I don't know what it's like on the shared screen on your side, but so these were all wonderful. Beginning of the week. Monday was a holiday here, so I spent a bunch of time on Monday imaging. And then this was some of the nicest shots with this departing AR 4167, I think it was. I didn't annotate these because I threw them together at the beginning of the meeting. but I was starting to put this together when I went out to put water out for the bees, and that's when I managed to get stung. So, but this was every day progressing with different details visible. And this is another back to the pair of 65 and 68. But it just looks like ribbons of fine hair all connected there.
Beautiful.
And this was
I love
pretty much
that.
the last. Oh, thank you. This was pretty much the end of this active region rotating out of the field of view, and there's a bit of flaring every day when it was imaging. And that was the big pair that same day as the last shot, and a fair bit of small flaring going on all through here.
Gorgeous.
This was what is going to likely be the calcium K I stick with. This is the old 4-inch Celestron Achromat with the Lunt filter. And what I had done was I took the eyepiece and the camera end off the B 1200 filter I had, and threaded it on to the B 1800, so it's double stacked it. But where I'd been after all along was getting the proms, and this has solved the problem. Now there is some glare and there's some unevenness in the field, but this was from Friday. Yes, I think this was Friday at lunch or Thursday at lunch. So it picked up the proms along the edge quite nicely. Plus,
Cool.
that big active region still rolling along. And then this was yesterday. Just posted them on the forum this morning. But that big active region rotating out of the field of view, both of them. But there's all kinds of new stuff rotating in. And this was the G-band filter through the same 4-inch scope. And this is a mosaic of all the active regions on that eastern group where it's really gotten crowded. This is the G-band version of it.
Nice.
Thank you. And before I close the observatory up, I thought, well, I'm going to put the large pixel ASI 432 on the scope. And it really pulled these proms up very nicely. This is prime focus. I just cropped about a quarter frame or so and zipped around and imaged the 4 quadrants. So the eastern limb, and there's a bit of almost a loop to this one. And then there's a pair of nice proms up on the northeast quadrant.
Was this today?
That was yesterday.
Oh, yesterday? Okay.
Yeah. And then on the northwest quadrant had this pair of proms, and then a couple here on the southwest. So that's pretty much the past week's selection of a bunch of images. But
You've been busy.
It was probably the best seeing and the best solar images I've ever managed to pull off. When I say in my post, 48 years from film to digital.
Beautiful.
So anyway, that's
really
it
good
for this. Yeah.
Hey, Brian.
Okay.
Awesome. All right.
Yeah, we're having here like 4 or 5 days of amazing conditions. One day after that, I mean, it's like another 2-3 days of clear sky, good seeing, amazing stuff.
Yeah.
So
the downfall here has been at night. There's so much smoke, and then you add in full moon recently, you can barely see first magnitude stars.
Jeez.
So the deep sky imaging is kind of taking a back seat to doing anything else.
Sean, I think you missed at the beginning. We were unable to sell the house in Atlanta because of what's happened with the economy.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, so we're moving back in there. And we're going to treat it as what's the French word for your city place you go hang out once in a while?
Oh.
Côte d'Etat or something like that. Yeah, we're
David,
going to treat it as our little playground, our lover's playground. But,
let me know when you're back this direction. If I don't see
yeah.
you down at the marsh before then.
You know, And the worst part of this was the $10,000 we spent to move all of our furniture out because the realtor told us we would sell it better if they put in fake furniture. So
Wow.
now we have a house we can't use that's totally empty. So we got to spend another $15,000 putting furniture back in it, or spend the same amount of money moving the furniture back from here to there.
Well, you
So,
kind of need to come back in a month. It's Dragon Con, man.
Dragon Con, that's exactly right. Strange new worlds. That's the way to go. All right, awesome. So we're going to try to do this next month. I have no idea what the topic will be, but I thought it went pretty well today. So maybe
Yeah,
we'll just
thanks
do the
for the
same
show and
thing.
tell. It was
Interesting.
really nice.
All right. And that's it then. Thanks for coming on, Nicholas, and everybody else. I appreciate you.
Thanks,
Nice to
Steve.
meet you guys.
Good to
We
see
will
everybody.
talk to
Good to see
you
everybody.
next month.
Bye.
Cheers, everyone.
Adios from the
Cheers.
bar.
Happy anniversary, Stuart.
Yeah.
Yeah, cheers. Thanks.
Yes.
Thank you.
Hope you're doing
Bye-bye.
something fun.
Yeah, well, I think we're going out for a meal, a late meal.
Oh, there. Good. Cool.
Have a good
Cheers.
man.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys. All the
Take
best.